good, Jaymee. Oh my God. You are
Hello.
our $10,000 winner.
Oh, very, very, very thrilled.
Oh, it's so exciting. And what a thrilling journey it's been. Look, before we dive into the grant and all those good things, let's just introduce you. So tell everyone who you are and what you do.
So my name is Jaymee and I own the Buttery Music School, which is this beautiful little music school in Brisbane. We teach drums, bass, guitar, singing, all of those things. And we also run band programs, and we're kind of all about community and connecting people and putting on events and gigs for all these kids and adults to connect.
I love it. Why do you do this? How did you get started and why do you do this?
I love it. I basically started about 8 years ago, between when I was touring a lot. I would come home and just teach some drums under my house, and the neighbors didn't like that. So
I'm shocked. I'm
my
shocked.
yeah, so my partner at the time and I sort of scrounged all of our money together and found this studio inside a shipping container on Gumtree, and I bought that, and we put it just in this industrial estate amidst like 300 wrecked cars. And I started teaching out of that, and I just really loved it. And I especially loved sort of meeting kids who didn't quite fit into the box at school, and I got the biggest thrill out of sort of celebrating their uniqueness and finding what makes them tick, and just the absolute gold that would come out of them when you just simply stay consistent with them and love them and show them that what they have is not just like okay, but it's actually incredible. And then so that was kind of the basis of what I realized I wanted to do. And then from there, saved up, built a second studio, third, until we ended up with 7 studios and like 130 kids and a bunch of amazing mentors. And then it just developed into this thing where we were getting kids writing and recording music, and we've got like an EP on Spotify. And
Oh my God, I didn't know
yeah,
that bit.
yeah,
That's
you gotta
cool.
check it out. And then
Oh,
long
awesome.
story short, the floods hit us, developers moved in, we got kicked out, moved to Hamilton, which is about half hour away, um,
Mm.
and rebuilt back from about 30 students. And now we're at about 120-ish, which is great.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a rough 2 years or so after a really beautiful build.
Mm.
So it's just been sort of like trudging through mud. And this 2024 sort of feels like it's marking finally a bit of a like slipstream or something. Like I've just grabbed a zip line and we're just going for it. And this grant has been a huge part of that. So yeah,
It sounds like it has just come at the right time for you.
definitely.
So what will you spend $10,000 on? What did you in your grant application put as the brief?
So we're going to basically do some much needed like revamps to our studios, just make them funkier and just accessible for everybody. And besides that, we want to continue sort of spreading the word about us in the new area. So we'll be spending it on a bunch of marketing. And yeah, I just today I spent it on just some awesome music equipment that we really needed, just instrument
Oh,
leads and
cool.
guitar tuners and that stuff. So yeah, incredible.
Oh, it's so awesome because, the whole point of the Spark grants, and one thing we were really conscious of in the beginning is whatever will help you grow your profit and impact, and it's funny in the past when I've applied for grants, you always have to spend it externally and on consultants and coaches
Yeah,
and things that really won't move the needle for a business. And so I was really conscious of making sure that you could use it on stuff that was just going to directly impact the business. So when you say that, like doing repairs, buying equipment, running marketing, like that's so cool because that is the stuff that matters.
absolutely. I completely agree. I love grants and I love you know, the fact that we've got to be like, I will buy exactly these 3 electronic drum kits and I will not spend it on this important stuff that I also need. And so it was a huge relief with this grant to be like, hey, this is what I need. Can I do
Yeah.
it on this?
Yeah.
And now we are. So it's good.
I mean, it always makes me, oh, it surprises me because I'm like, business owners are the ones that know what they need. You know, they've been in it, they've been in the trenches, they know what bills are coming up, they know what is going to get them to the next level. So it's like, just trust them.
Yeah, for sure. It is really interesting how hard it is to just get help with, say, your permanent space or rent or bills or things like that. It's like, no, you can't spend it on that. You're like,
It's
what?
so bizarre. So
Yeah.
bizarre. I
Mm.
love it. So awesome. How was the grant process for you? So let's start back at the application. So you had to answer a few detailed questions, so 3 detailed questions and then a 2-minute video. What was that experience like for you?
Well, I want to start by doing a little shout out to Yarn Master Flynn, aka Steph, who was the one who told me about this grant.
Oh,
Because
cool.
she is friends with or knows of Practice Studio. And so
Oh,
she was like,
cool.
Jamie, do this. And she's like family of the Buttery. And so then I jumped straight onto it because, you know, we were very eager for this and we actually had run some GoFundMe's and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is
Oh,
it. This
cool.
is what we're after. And it was honestly quite a fun process because it wasn't a huge rigmarole. It was just like having fun, making a video. I feel a lot more comfortable just connecting with people through a video than, you know, having to type up lots and lots of numbers and different things. So it worked really well for me, I guess, and the way I work. And then, yeah, from there, it was just like a few days before our big end of year concert called Butterfest. And so it was like the perfect time to be like, help us. And so that was kind of our good kickstart was at the end of
Oh,
year concert, all of the families were able to get in and hear about it and do their vote and stuff. And then it led to a very, very interesting December, one that I have never had before, where at all of the parties and all of the events, it was very much the topic of conversation, which was honestly, it was fun. It kind of just felt like a crazy little real life game that you're just adventuring through. And
it's
then
so I find it so interesting because when from my side, I don't see any of this. So I obviously just do the leaderboard update on a Friday and send that out to everybody. And I see the fluctuation of votes, and you kind of some people start out strong. So for everyone context, you won the $10,000, which was the community vote, versus the $5,000 one, which is the judging panel. So yeah, I just send out this leaderboard and kind of see the fluctuation, but have no idea how anyone's getting the votes. So
totally.
every now
I
and again,
think
I'll see
also
like an Instagram post.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think also that's where we were very lucky, where the Buttery is basically all about community. And it was an incredible experience of just feeling our community come together and how far it spread, because we talked to every family of the Buttery who then sent it on to their families and all of our friends. And so I, you know, towards the end when it was a really tight race, I kind of didn't know how it was going to go, which was a bit heartbreaking, but I just was very calmed by the fact that the experience of the community coming together like that was already worth it. So that was really amazing. And yeah, we
It's
also
so
gained a lot of people sort of hearing about us as well. So that was good for
Oh,
us.
really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it is interesting because we obviously through the Spark social media we share when you know people talk about the grant and we email our database and let them know who's applied and all that kind of stuff. But I'm always interested to know like yeah whether you pick up more followers or inquiries or if you know there is a promotional element to the
Yeah.
grant as well.
No, yeah, we definitely had a lot more followers. And I honestly, a couple of times was walking down the street and people would say, from the Buttery. How'd you go with that grant? And
Stop it. That didn't
it happened
happen.
a couple of times. It even happened at the
Oh,
market on Saturday still.
oh my God,
So
cool.
people shared the heck out of it. And so my next shout out is to everybody. Thank you guys so much for that.
Oh, that is so awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Would you recommend, so if somebody's on the fence, thinking about applying for it, any pros, cons, any advice for somebody that's like, should I bother? Should I spend the 20 minutes of my time on this?
Well, my thoughts are definitely. I think it's really cool as well that you've got the option of the 10,000 with the votes or the 5,000 where it's just judges. Because I know that it is sometimes hard to promote yourself. And so if you just don't want to do that, then that's awesome that you can just make your video, state what's happening, and put it to the judges. And but also if you kind of don't mind a little bit of promoting yourself and you're up for just reaching out to the community, I did find it honestly very fun and exciting. And it totally paid off, and now yeah, things are great. So yeah, of course I would recommend it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for taking some time to share your experience. I mean, obviously thrilled that you were the winner, because I know that it's going towards some amazing things in your business, in the community, huge impact. So absolutely stoked for you. And we are going to do this again in 12 months' time and
Yeah,
see how it all went. So I can't wait for that chat as well.
that sounds great. You need